Hello and welcome once again as we get a chance to get to know some of the young men that were drafted by the Fargo Force with the Phase I and Phase II USHL Draft that was conducted last week. And one of the young men we get to visit with here, all the way from Anchorage, Alaska, is Camden Shasby. And Camden, first of all, thanks for taking a few minutes.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
So you got back to Anchorage. You played last for, I believe, was it Fox Motors? So you were in Michigan playing last year in the U15s?
Yeah, I billeted down there.
Okay, so you're used to being a long way from home then, but talk about that experience if you would.
Yeah, it was my first time ever being away from my family. It was hard, a little homesick, but I battled through it and I got through it pretty easily.
I always kind of wonder when somebody's 14, 15, 16 years old and they're away from home like that, what the reaction is. But what got you, what helped you shake off the homesickness?
Some nights just calling my mom after a long day of school or something, or after a hockey practice, that helped.
I would think just sometimes just kind of getting into the routine with school and practices. I mean, staying busy, I would think would help that quite a bit.
Yeah, that's also one thing.
How's the adjustment been once you got back home? Trying to, we're all adjusting as we go along here as this pandemic continues on. But how was that adjustment for you?
It's kind of been pretty normal for me because I've been doing online school all year, just working out at home and stuff and shooting pucks. Have you
gotten into the routine? How often are you working on your hockey daily, and what things can you work on? Where can you do your workouts at?
Actually, I've started in about a month and a half, but I've been able to lift, work out, just work on off-ice stuff, but I haven't really been able to skate in a very long time, so I'm just looking for ice.
I'm sure, and it's kind of spread here in Anchorage, and you just don't have that available to you. I'm just kind of going through some of the guys that were drafted in the USHL draft. There's a few other players from Anchorage that I'm sure you're very familiar with.
Yeah, Camden Shasby, he's from Fairbanks, Alaska. I played with him a couple years back, and then Colin Kessler, who was on my team 2 years ago, he got drafted by, I think, Cedar Rapids or Tri-City.
Last year with the Fox Motors team, you played 62 games, 42 points. I guess rate your season like you were pretty productive and you really developed as a player.
Yeah, I'm an offensive defenseman. I like to move the puck, but I like to join the play, and I just need to work on my gap a little more.
What are some of the other things that you're kind of trying to look at? You talked about just being able to skate, but are there some things you're looking to fine tune your game here in the future?
Yeah, I can be a little better in the defensive zone, and then one thing I need to work on, getting more pucks through from the blue line. I think being a little more predictive on the power play, that could also help.
Have you've gotten a chance, I'd imagine, to speak with the Fargo coaching staff? Did you had any familiarity before you were drafted with the Force, and how much were you familiar with the USHL before you got the call?
Oh, I talked to Kerry Eads a little bit, and then I haven't really heard a whole ton about Fargo. I've never been in North Dakota, but I'm hoping to be there one day.
Okay, well, we certainly hope so too. Talk about growing up in Anchorage, Alaska. I mean, obviously it's a remote location. There are some college programs there, but discuss kind of getting your name and getting your talent out there in a pretty remote location.
Yeah, it's only about like 300,000 people that live there. It's no more like I would say, hockey town, I think. And every day as a kid, I would go watch the UAC Wolves, and that's one thing. And yeah.
A couple of things here. Do you have a favorite NHL team or player from being in Alaska? Was there somebody that you followed and was close to?
I would say my favorite NHL player is Quinn Hughes, and I think that's who I kind of play like. And my favorite NHL team is Pittsburgh Penguins.
Sid the Kid, or what drew you to the Penguins?
Yeah, I think it was Crosby, and I was like a lot younger. Yeah, I just stuck with him.
Okay. I guess one final note here. We've talked with some of the other draft picks, and I always try to throw a couple questions out there. Go-to pregame meal for you is what, Camden?
Ooh, I'd say chicken parm.
That's been a standby, it seems like.
Yeah.
Next year, I guess in the future, it's kind of up in the air at this point, but what are you looking where are you looking at trying to skate next year?
I'm going to play 16s at Fox Motors, and then hopefully at the year after that, make Fargo.
All right, sounds good. We're looking forward to hopefully seeing you in the black and blue, the Fargo Force here at some point. But Camden Shasby from Anchorage, Alaska, he was a Phase I pick of the Fargo Force here last week. Appreciate visiting with you, and hope to see you in the future. But thank you for your time.